Hi, this is RockinRobin, and today I'm at Disney. I'm at Epcot, and I'm going to give you tips for each country. Stay with us. So we are starting in Mexico, and we are looking at the pyramid, the building. And if you look up the pyramid, you can see all those steps, and they don't go all the way to the top because you can't reach gods. That's a Mexican thing, but it's kind of cool. And right here is a sign, and that sign is for the ride that is inside. You'll want to go on that. It's really cool. And what else is cool? Inside, because it's air conditioning, and if it's hot in Florida, it's hot. So go in here. Right there, you can see, right when you go in on the walls, there's different kinds of little shows and things that are really cool, and stop and take a look at those. Now, once you go inside, look at it. It's overwhelming. It's like a nighttime, and you can go shopping just as if you were in Mexico. All kinds of quaint little kiosks. There's also some stores on the end, and you definitely want to go on that Grand Fiesta tour ride. It's fun for the whole family. Everyone can go. It's not something that's just for adults. It's very fun. And you can see the little shops. I love shopping in Mexico. There's such cute little things that you never see. Maybe you want I don't know if that's a ukulele or a guitar. It looks like a guitar to me. And of course, I love Loungefly bags, and there's one for Mexico. Now, once we leave there, we are going to go out, and we're going to head to Norway. The main attraction here is the Frozen ride. The Frozen ride, look at the line. And this is a short line. I've seen it go down, around. Oh my gosh, I've seen it 5 times longer than that. And I waited in that line. So it is a great ride. And if you can get a line that's not too bad, you will love it. Now I'm going to go all the way down. There are some shops, of course. There are some interesting things to look at and souvenirs you can buy. I'm going to go back down all the way to the end because I want to show you a little secret in case you don't know. Look at these little shops along the way. But at the end, you're going to see this little cute waterfall. Somewhere in that waterfall is a sword. And when you go there, take a look, see if you can find it. I have other videos, Disney Secrets, that I show where it is. But take a look if you get a chance in there and see if you can find it. It's somewhere the water is going over it. So once we leave Norway, we are then heading to China. China is absolutely beautiful. It's somewhere you want to maybe make a little bit longer stop. I love Mexico and I love China. China, this tells you a little bit about the show. You go in a building, there's Circle Vision. You get to watch a whole show about China. And there's also a little area that you can go around and see some artifacts, some old things, and learn some history. Now, over here on the left, you're going to see a little restaurant. I call it a fast food restaurant. I always stop in there and get a bite to eat. It's just your typical Chinese, not great. There are better restaurants, but that's a great one that's not expensive. So if you're looking for something not too much, that's a good place to go. And this store is exquisite with the things they have in there. Now, I want to show you the garden because the garden is definitely a favorite place in China. We are there during the arts festival, so the arts and garden, and so you'll see a lot of beautiful, the gardens are even extra special. I love to go here and walk through the gardens, take some pictures. It's just beautiful. But on the garden festival, it's even better. Now, in the background, you saw that building. That right there is where the show is, and you want to go in there and check it out. There's usually not too long of a wait. There might be some time in between, but Circle Vision is fun, and that is where you will go. So keep that in mind. Great lunch, great gardens, great picture taking, and Circle Vision. The next country is Africa, and it's very short. There are some like games you can spin things and play some drums on the side over there to the left, but there's hardly anything there. Not a big country as far as space-wise. Maybe Disney can do something more with that and make it a little more exciting. But at this time, it's easy to go right by and overlook it. But there are some cute little shops, and there is a little bit you can do there. But you probably won't spend a lot of time in Africa. I didn't see any shows, and I didn't see any rides. I didn't see much. So now we are going to head to the next country, which is Germany. Time for some pretzel and beer, maybe some Steins. How about buying a cuckoo clock? Well, those are all big things that you can get in Germany, and you can get them here. Now, Germany has a pavilion in the back, and it is very, very popular. So if you like German food, you might want to go there. Look at walking around. I mean, you really have the feel of Germany, and the shops are beautiful as well. I love the architecture here. I always just want to walk around and keep checking everything out. A lot of people here. I know some people who think Germany is the best place in the whole World Showcase. Maybe it's the food, maybe it's the beer. I don't know. But it's really a fun place to look at, and there are some good shops. I recommend that you try the bratwurst. I saw some people, and the plates were big. You get a big, large amount of that. And if you like bratwurst, or you like hot dogs, or you like German beer, and who doesn't like that, you will find it here. So that's Germany. We're going to take a little walk around, and then we're going to head to something that I don't want you to miss. And that would be coming up. It would be the trains. Check these out. I love this whole little train area. Sometimes they hide little Disney figures like Goofy or Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck, somebody in there. So I'm always taking a walk and looking around and looking for those. And sometimes I find them, sometimes I don't. But it's fun for the whole kids to take a look at this whole train set. It's pretty good size, and it's moving, and things are going on. So now we're going to head over to Italy. Now, I made a whole video on Italy that I'm a little disappointed because they don't have a rides and they could have more attractions. But let's talk about what they do have. They have wine. They have pizza. They have great Italian food, I'm telling you. And there is gelato. They have a store that is really odd. It sells expensive items. But something is going right here. It looks like it's going to look like that. I don't know exactly what that is. But this place, it can use a little bit more fixing up. They need to have an attraction. They need to have some kind of entertainment would be nice. I mean, the architecture is gorgeous, and I love to look at all the different architectures. Every time I go into a different country, I want to look and see what's different, what's unique. I want to really feel like I am in that country. And some of Italy does do that, but I always feel like it is missing something. So, I'm never happy. I always want more, but it is beautiful. So take a look. And once you've walked around the whole thing, maybe had your wine, whatever it is that you like, make sure that when you first came in, near where you first came in, you find the boats. And we will head to there after I show you some of this great architecture. And I am going to tell you a little bit about those boats. Here is the area when you first walk in. So pretty. I have to tell you, it's so pretty. Look for the bridge and make sure that you go over the bridge. Now, when you go over the bridge, you'll you're getting closer to the water is my point. And you will see the gondolas. Here we go. We're going to go over that bridge. We're going to go towards the left in the water, and we're going to see those gondolas. Now, those gondolas don't move, and I cannot figure out why. They should have some kind of ride, some kind of special event held around the gondolas where maybe $200 you can rent the gondola for 20 minutes with someone singing to you or something special. And they don't do that, and I'm disappointed. You know, I've been to Las Vegas and they do that, and I think it would be great for Disney, so I keep pushing that to happen. I doubt they'll listen to me, but I try. All right, so now we are going to leave Italy, and I love this area, so I keep looking around over here. But we got to go to the next country because I got to show you everything I can. Look at the water. That's where the gondola could go. I got to show you everything I can in the World Showcase. So we are heading to America. And this is the big building. Right here, I want to tell you there's a lot of entertainment there. So sometimes there's music, and look in there always. But if there isn't and you want to go into the building, there is a show. And I think the show is like every hour and 10 minutes, something different like that. But even if the show, you're not going to see the show, you can go in, you can see this Portraits of Courage, which is President George Bush's tribute to our warriors. And you can see all the warriors on the walls. And it's great to take a look at those. And we're also going to go in the back because there are several little places to stop in here. It's not just to look at the artwork or to see the show. Over here, there are some things on the American Indians, and I found that fascinating. You can go in there and look at some of their artwork. They have a map. They have some history on those, and you know, it's always great when you learn something and you see a variety, because the Americas were not just here when the Pilgrims arrived, which is pretty much what the show is about. So that's that. It's for, you know, showing our progress. And so you can learn a lot here. And there's also another area with more artwork, and also there is the Voices of Liberty, which is a musical group. They're dressed up all, here they go, for American patriotic, and they sing a lot of patriotic songs, and that is beautiful as well. I really do enjoy that. The next country that you're going to encounter would be Japan. Now look at those gorgeous gardens. I want to tell you, on the left, when you go near the gardens, there is a little place to eat, nice little lunch or whatever meal you would like. There are also some great restaurants in here. I've had some hibachis, had all different kinds of things. So the food here is amazing. There's a lot of it. Depends what you want. There's also a place in the back. You have to go like under a bridge and tunnel, and they have some really interesting, unique things. Different types of stuff you're only going to find in Japan. A lot of it is for children. Some of it is collectors. I know I always enjoy going in here. It's so unique and different. And then once you leave here, you can go to the department store, whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. And the department store is just huge, and it's just like you're in a Japan department store. Things I would never think of seeing in any kind of department store around here, or even as a souvenir. So it's definitely very Japanese, and I really enjoyed that because that was really something different, something that I'm not gonna see unless I'm in Japan. So then outside, I've seen this several times, there is a drum little show, and let's take a look and check it out. They are all women drummers, and they play maybe twice or three times during the day for like 20 minutes. It's a great show. So look at this beautiful scene in Japan. I think that is just fascinating. And then we're going to head to our next country, which is Morocco. Now, I usually just pass by Morocco. I'm like, what is in Morocco? But the architecture here is beautiful. I recommend you go to the left and you walk around and look at all the nooks and crannies. One of the things I want to tell you is that you're going to find some areas that are just beautiful and then they just have a little crack or a little damage, and it's because they believe in Morocco that no one is perfect but God, so everything is not quite perfect. Unless you're a god, then you can make it perfect. But this place was just fascinating. And this day I did spend some time walking around. And although they don't really have a lot of attractions, they do have some stores and food. I just found this place unique and different compared to all the other countries. Maybe because I know so little about Morocco and, I see so little about it. I just felt different going through this country. So I recommend you take your time here and walk around. Vive la France! Well, that's where we are next. And you can see there's always a lot of people in France. There's several things about France that I like. You can get a crepe. They're really neat. Or you can go in the back there and there is this bakery. And I always want to get something there. They have the most fascinating desserts. Oh, if you like French desserts, that's where you got to go. For some reason, I love that place. There's a little shopping center in there, but it's very, very yummy. And this place also has, believe it or not, Ratatouille ride. And the Ratatouille ride is definitely one of the best rides. This one has Ratatouille. Mexico has the Grand Fiesta Tour, and Norway has the wonderful Frozen ride. So some of those are some of the best rides, and Ratatouille is not to be missed, and there's usually a long line for that one. So be aware of that. So this is one of these stores, and now we got a long walk to go. And once you go over the bridge, and seems like it takes like 20 minutes to get to the next country, which is England. Now, for me, my favorite thing in England is the fish and chips. They are just the best you're going to get. And there's a little walk right here. We're going to go to the left. Once in a while, we saw Mary Poppins there, and we got to talk to her. I don't know if she's still there anymore, but I like walking and looking at the English buildings and the countryside. It's an interesting place, England. I would like to see something else here, something more as well. But sometimes they have some concerts and you can see some Beatle imitators and different things. So sometimes it's a hopping place to be, and sometimes it's not. But this is England, so let's take a look. time for the last country, and we made it all during the light. Now that would be Canada. Canada really needs to have something. They have a great steak restaurant in La Cellière, and they have a ride that you can go in. It's not really a ride. You stand up and they show you about Canada. It's like a 360 surround sound. They also have this little area you can go up, and there's totem poles. This place is great for photo ops, and there is a little store. I love the store, and they do have some different really nice Canadian clothes, some shirts, and they also have some candy I want you to try. And over here, there's something going on behind there. I don't know what, but hopefully it's something exciting, because I would like to see more from Canada. I think they have so much to offer, and I'd like to see that. And so this was our walk. This is all the countries that are in the World Showcase. This is RockinRobin. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, hit the bell, give us a big thumbs up, and watch all our videos.